Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 11 of my Football Manager 24 save with Bradford City. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts on as well down in the comment section down below. Now, since you were last with us, we've sacked off the back four. We were conceding far too many goals. We're conceding on average 4 or 5 goals every single game playing a back four. We've gone back to a back three, but a slightly different system to what we were playing last season. And in our last 3 matches, we picked up 2 wins and a draw and 2 clean sheets in that time, only conceding the 1 goal. So our form has changed a little bit since changing at formation. But make sure to drop a like on there for me. Subscribe if you're new as well. And let's get into it. So since you were last with us then, we had a 4-2 win at home to Morecambe FC, and I was thinking, right, we're going to turn things around here, but then we had a 4-0 defeat away at Tranmere and a 5-2 defeat at home to Grimsby Town. It was at this point where I thought, you know what, we're going to sack off the back back four and go back to the back three. We then had a 1-1 draw at home to Crewe Alexandra in the AFL Trophy, losing that one on penalties. We played a very rotated side in that one. Then we were back in league action where we had a 1-1 draw away at Gillingham, a 2-0 win away at Newport, and a 1-0 win at home to Sutton United. In today's episode then, we have York City away, who currently sits 17th in the table, and then also Northampton Town at home, who currently sits 6th in the table. So 2 pretty tough fixtures for us, but we've also made 2 new signings. We've also seen 2 departures as well. The first departure saw Matty Platt leave the club on loan. He has joined former side Barrow on a deal for the remainder of the season. They're paying all of his wages and even paid a £1,500 loan fee for him. He's doing okay there. Last season played a handful of games for us, just the 12 starts in the league, failed to make an appearance this season. We gave him a new contract at the end of last campaign, as I just felt it made sense really to try and keep him around, but he was 6th choice centre half and taking up £1,200 per week, so we managed to get his wages off the wage bill. And we also saw the permanent departure of Charlie Ward. Plymouth again spending big money on one of our players. They signed Lewis Richards for 250 grand. They've now signed Charlie Ward for 150 grand. Last season for us, 6 goal contributions in 38 appearances, not particularly great. This season, just the 2 appearances for us. He's made that step up into League One for £150,000, which I still think is absolutely mental. He's 29 years of age. He was on decent money as well. I think that one made sense really for all parties, but again, a baffling move. Similar to Gilead going to Portsmouth, what was it, for 160 grand? Really crazy stuff. In terms of our signings then, we firstly completed the addition of central midfielder Charlie Lakin on a 3-year contract on £1,200 per week. 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. Did okay last season in League 2 with Sutton United. 12 goal contributions in 39 starts, not too bad. So far for us, has not been awful, to be fair. 25 years of age, good wage, good deal, all round. Really happy to get him in. And our other signing then is the one that I'm most excited about out of all the deals we've done so far. Tyreek Bakinson joins the club on a 2-year contract on £2,900 per week. 4-star current ability, 4-star potential. He's already operating at League 1 standard, can play in the Championship as well. He's made a couple of appearances for us so far and has got a 7.1 average rating. Really happy with this signing, absolutely delighted with it, and to pair him in midfield with a Jensen Weir who's on 3 times his wage, but he's actually Bakinson is better than Jensen Weir. Really happy to get him in through the door. In terms of our formation then, like I mentioned, slightly different to last season when we were playing a holding midfielder, 2 central midfielders and 2 strikers. We're now playing 2 holding midfielders, 2 wingers and a striker as well. And we're getting the best out of some of our more attacking influential players. Jack Diamond recently being more improved. Ryan Cassidy scored a couple goals as well. Jake Young not happy about his lack of game time, but really happy with how things are going so far this season. No one can actually play a right wing back apart from Brad Halliday, which is a little bit of a concern. On the whole though, quite happy with how the last couple of games have gone, and let's get into the first game of today's episode. Here we have it then. Here's our lineup for the first game of today's episode away at York City. I guess you could call this a Yorkshire derby. We've got McLaughlin in goal, a back 3 of Nate, Evangulu and Campbell, with Halliday and Ferguson as the wing backs, Weir and Bakinson in the midfield, with Poynton and Diamond on the wings, and Andy Cook leading the line. Really excited to see how we get on in today's episode. Can we continue our good form, or are we just going to see it as a little 3-game purple patch. Picking up 7 points out of your last 9 is really good considering where we were after the first 4 or 5 games of the season with only 1 point on the board. I think it was a really horrible start to the season, but I think we can still definitely make it into the playoffs. It's still very early doors. Even top 3, that's not already written off, but it was such a poor start to the season now. We can't really afford any more slip-ups, to be honest with you. They're playing at a 4-4-2. A lot of non-league players who I do recognise from when I've done saves in non-league this year, but we're already on a minus 10 goal difference, the joint worst already in the division. But it's been a pretty positive start from us so far in today's game. We'll give them some early encouragement. 15 minutes in, 8,500 packed in to York's new stadium. I went there in the 22-23 campaign for Bradford City's pre-season, and it was quite a nice stadium, to be honest with you. Very strange with all the different coloured seats, but didn't mind it on the whole, as Ferguson's free kick there has gone just over. I don't think we mentioned it on a video yet, but Adam Lewis, is it Adam Lewis? Aaron Lewis? Adam Lewis, I think it is, has picked up a 2-month lower back stress fracture, which is obviously not ideal for us, so Ferguson is going to be playing quite a lot over the next coming weeks or so. But approaching half-time, we've had lots of shots, none on target though as of right now. We need to be a little bit more clinical in that final third. First highlight, really, of the game for York City as Paul picks up the ball. He goes into Stickland. Woodyard now finds Dyson out wide here. A little bit of room for the winger to cut in and strike, and that's just over the bar from, was that Undy Morgan? That's an interesting name. There's the half-time whistle, a 0-0. Pretty flat game so far. I'm going to tell them I'm not happy, but McLaughlin, Nate and Poynton are not happy about that. It's 0-0 away from home against a team who've just been promoted into the division. If we're serious about winning the league this season, which looks unlikely considering Chesterfield are already 5 points clear at the top of the table and have only dropped 3 points all season, then we need to be winning games like this. An hour on the clock. I am now going to make some substitutions because what we've seen so far not particularly impressed me. We're also going to stick it onto attacking. We're going to bring off Bakinson in the midfield for Lee Evans, and we're going to allow Evans to play more as a deep line playmaker on support. And then we're also going to bring on Jake Young for Bobby Poynton over on that right hand side and hope them two can have a little bit of a positive impact on this game. John McLaughlin has broken his finger, which is not ideal. Right, we're going to have to keep an eye out on that. What does it say? John McLaughlin has suffered a possible broken finger, but we should be able to nurse him through the rest of the match. If you wish to make a change, should obviously replace him with Sam Walker. Can you play with a broken finger? He seems to be okay. He seems to be carrying on. See, I need to bring Halliday off. He's tied in on a booking, but there's no one who I can bring him off for. Charlie Lakin's going to come on at left wing back for Shane Ferguson. Ryan Cassidy is also going to come on for Andy Cook as an advanced forward. And we'll save our final change for now, just because I feel like Halliday's probably going to end up getting himself sent off. Cassidy picks it up from the free kick. Struck over the bar though. 20 minutes left on the clock. Can we find a winner in this game? It's been a pretty positive performance from us on the whole, but we are just lacking that quality a little bit in the final third at this moment in time. Just over 10 minutes left on the clock. We are now going to make that final change of the game, which we'll see Alex Patterson come on for Jack Diamond over on that left hand side and see if Pato can come up with something better. We're going to play him as a winger. Jake Young is also going to play as a supportive inside forward, which means we can allow Halliday to bomb on further up that pitch. 10 minutes left on the clock. Can we find a winner in today's game? No one wants a 0-0 for a YouTube episode. Come on, we've absolutely battered them. We comfortably deserve to win this game, but is it going to be a late heartbreak for us as Dyson finds Woodyard? Loads of space in the midfield to find Campton Sturridge. He gets dispossessed though by Evangulu. Down the line here looking for Alex Patterson, playing a position that's maybe not too familiar for him, and he nearly assists a late winner. Lee Evans with the strike, but it's wide of the post, and I think that's going to be the last chance we're going to have in this game. It is indeed full-time. York City 0, Bradford City 0. It continues our unbeaten run, 4 games unbeaten, but we're really struggling to score goals this season. We picked up 8 points out of our last possible 12. It could be a lot better, but it also could certainly be a lot worse. We are now 5 points off of the playoffs, and I think that game is probably one that's got away. I think we should be winning games like that, with all due respect, and one of our young players who's out on loan has got a 7-month hip injury. Brilliant. Here we have it then. Here's our lineup for the second game of today's episode at home to Northampton Town. For the large part, we are unchanged with McLaughlin in goal. A back three of Nate, Evangulu and Campbell, with Halliday and Adore coming in at wing back. Ferguson has picked up a dislocated jaw, so he's going to be out for another 4 weeks. Lewis is still out for another 4 weeks as well, so massively frustrating. Both of your left wing backs or natural left wing backs are going to be out for exactly the same amount of time. But we've got Weir and Bakinson in the midfield with a front three of Poynton, Diamond and Cook leading the line at once more. Let's see how we get on then in today's episode. Going to the back three has certainly meant that we're not conceding goals now. I think we've conceded 2, maybe 3 maximum since we've gone to the back three, but we're now not really scoring at all. But we weren't really scoring much at the start of the season either, so as long as you don't concede many goals, you've always got a chance of winning. Northampton, though, they're a good side. It'll be a tough test for us. Obviously, recently relegated from League One. They're playing the same formation we were playing last campaign. They've got a few experienced players in there, like Tunnicliffe at centre half, Gape in the midfield, Jerome leading the line as well. If that is indeed Cameron Jerome, it is 38 years of age these days, leading the line for the Cobblers in this one. It's an early highlight. Diamond in the penalty area, he cuts back, but that'll be cleared away by Northampton, only as far as Bakinson. He finds Halliday, plays a 1-2 with Evangulu, and now Halliday will find Poynton into Andy Cook. Good first touch and he strikes, but he wraps it over the crossbar. Just under 14 minutes on the clock then, it's still 0-0. We've probably slightly edged it out of the two teams so far. I don't mind drawing the away match against York as long as we win the home match against Northampton. On paper, you want to win both, but Northampton with a corner here towards that back post, headed up. Diamond with not a great clearance and blocks him with the strike just over the crossbar there. Is that the former Shrewsbury and Morecambe man, Tom Bloxham? He is not, it's the other Tom Bloxham, Thomas Bloxham. Completely different player. Either way, his shot has gone over the bar. Two of their midfielders have picked up some bookings there in the space of 60 seconds. Our Bakinson, though, is also on a booking. Again, not really creating many chances. We don't like conceding, but we also don't really like scoring either. That's a poor goal kick, though, from Lee Burgeon. Now, Brad Halliday with a little bit of space to go down the line into Bobby Poynton. He cuts back and finds Halliday, clips it in, looking for Andy Cook. And there is the opening goal of today's episode. It's come 38 minutes into the second game, but Halliday with a really nice ball in towards that back post. Question marks over whether he should actually be starting games this season, but he's worked his way back into the side. He's got an assist here. It's a good first time ball in, and Andy Cook with a brilliant header to find his third goal of the season. He now goes into the lead as our as our top goal scorer for the campaign. I think he was joint with Ryan Cassidy and Callum Kavanagh off the top of my head. Goal kick for us here then. McLaughlin will send the ball long, looking for Andy Cook. He gets tripped, but the ball comes through here into Jack Diamond's Route 1 football. His shot is blocked and out for a corner kick, which will be taken by a mystery man because the highlight is going to end there. Interesting opportunity here as well for Clark Adore in today's game. I think this is his first real appearance of the season, or certainly in the league, and he's had to come in and start because of our left wing back injury crisis. We're going to tell them that was a very good first half performance. But just on Clark Adore, he is a good player who's got potential. We tried to send him out on loan. There wasn't enough interest in him, unfortunately. So this is a massive opportunity for him. If he takes it in this one, who knows about how the remainder of his season could go. As of right now, fairly average performance from him so far as Bloxham wraps a shot off the crossbar. McLaughlin nowhere near it really, but he will now take this goal kick. He's going to look to send the ball long again, looking for Andy Cook. He doesn't win the flick on. Again, he's fouled, and again it falls to Jack Diamond. Surely he's going to take this one. And again, he's put it straight at the goalkeeper. 55 minutes on the clock. Jack Diamond has had 2 big chances in this game so far. Failed to convert either of them, and that corner is cleared at the front post. Only as far as Jack Diamond swings it back in. But again, poor ball and cleared away by the Cobblers. Only as far as Clark Adore looks to take on his man. That's poor, and that's why he's third choice left wing back. We are now going to look to make some substitutions. 67 minutes on the clock, so a little bit later than when I normally make my substitutions. But Jack Diamond is going to come off for Jake Young, and he'll come on at that left-hand side as a supportive inside forward, which will allow Clark Adore to play as an attacking, complete wing-back. We're also going to bring Lee Evans on for Bakinson in that midfield, again, as a deep-line playmaker. And we are also going to bring on... Can anyone play right wing instead of Poynton? Weir, Adore... Not really ideal. I mean, Jensen Weir is going to go over to the right wing, and Charlie Lakin is going to come on in that midfield as a ball-winning midfielder. Wait, where's Charlie Lakin? Where's Jensen Weir? Get over on that right-hand side, son. Yeah, he's actually going to play, though, as a rambuter. I've no idea what I'm doing. I'm pressing buttons and hoping things happen. Let's hope that what I've done there is something which is help us going to win at the football match. Although, for some reason, it's done that stupid thing where it doesn't play you player in the position that you want them to play. There we go. That's much more like it. And while we're here, we're going to bring Evangulu off for Sam Stubbs, and Eli Campbell's also going to come off for Kieran Kelly as well. on that left side of defence. He's going to play as a no-nonsense centre-back to clear things up the pitch. Kieran Kelly being number 6 is an interesting one. Didn't think he'd have got that shirt number. 10 minutes left on the clock though. Still 1-0. A lot of our games seem to be very, very low scoring. Let's hope it doesn't come back to bite us on the backside as the Cobblers approaching 88 minutes on the clock have an opportunity. It's bouncing around in our penalty area. It's cleared for now. Weir with a poor clearance, but it's eventually found Andy Cook. He holds it up and finds Halliday into Lee Evans. Now finds Weir. Good first touch out of his feet. Good pass out wide to Clarkador. His first 90 minutes in the league this season as well. Jake Young now on off the bench. Finds Lakin, and that is a bad foul from McWilliams. He's already been booked, and he will see his second yellow card of the game. He's sent off. Cobblers down to 10, and we should hopefully be able to see this game out now. With just minutes left on the clock, the Cobblers have a free kick. Mitch Pinnock, good set piece taker. He shoots, and goodness me, I thought I was going to go in. I genuinely thought I was going to find the back of the net. It's gone over the bar though. We've picked up the 3 points. Just 1 goal for you in today's episode, but we've got the job done. 4 points picked up, a draw away from home, a win at home. Going back to the back 3 is certainly our thing. We're now 3 points off the playoffs. We are 5 off of automatics, and our goal difference is ever so slowly getting slightly better as well. Maybe we need to go back to the formation with the holding midfielder and 2 central midfielders to really progress as a football club. But I'm going to leave it there then for today's episode. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't already, with that post notification bell on, it's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well down in the comment section down below on my 2 new signings and also my change in formation as well. Do you think that it's certainly going to benefit us? The fans expect us to lose this game against Stockport, which is obviously not ideal. But thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Peace.